making my channel Swap Back Sews. Welcome back if you're a subscriber, and welcome if you're new. Today's vlog is all about 5 different things that you could gift for loved ones at Christmas or birthdays or any special occasion, but I'm picking Christmas because Christmas is literally around the corner. Now, this vlog is in conjunction with the fabulous challenge that's running through the month of November, which is called A Gift in November, and that is run by the lovely Alison, who is So Like Dotty here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Now, Alison's been running this challenge for a couple of years. She was running it in conjunction with other vloggers in the community as well. However, this year she is going solo. So this is a fabulous challenge to take part in, especially if you want to get ahead of some of those Christmas makes. Now, I have tried to pick 5 simple patterns, partly because I'm a selfish sewer and I don't like sewing for others, that are really quick, so you could turn them around quite quickly. Now, if you are planning to make something for this particular challenge, you can enter in by just popping in the hashtag AGTN24, and you can also tag So Like Dotty and make sure that you pop your country where you are from in, because she has an array of prizes, including a banana. That is the star prize. I mean, I never win anything, so you know, I'm not going to put my hopes out there, but I am going to make a few things and I am going to enter, and you never know, luck might play my way. My Christmas wish may come true to have a new banana sewing machine. But aside from the sewing machine, there are loads of prizes, and Jazz and Wow is also donating this year a prize to this particular challenge, and there are some fabulous challenges to be won, so make sure fabulous prizes to be won, so make sure you go over and check them out if you haven't already. I will remember to link Alison's original vlog down below, where she talks about the challenge itself, all that you need to know, and all of the sponsors, but hopefully I've put some infographics in here so you can see. So let's get straight into it. Now, I'm going to start off with one of 3 patterns that I really feel could go together. Well, not patterns, but gifts that could really go together. So the first particular thing that I want to share is a sleep mask. Now, I know that this has probably been mentioned before, but a sleep mask is a great gift, especially for somebody that you don't know too well. Most people will tend to use them either when they go to sleep at night, when they go away, when they have an afternoon nap, just to shut out the daylight. Also, they're great for when you're traveling on a plane and what have you, and you just want to get some shut-eye in, basically. So I've already started making my daughters one of these because they absolutely love them. I think they feel quite grown up when they actually wear them. Although if you look at the ones that I've made, they're definitely not what I would call grown up because they're pink and they're cats. But there are loads of these sort of style patterns out that don't necessarily have the cat ears and that are just that normal, typical sleep eye mask kind of pattern. Now, if you type it in Google, you'll get some free templates come up that you can download and print off, but I don't think it would take too much if you had one of these lying around at home just to trace around it. If you have this one here in particular, which I will talk about in a second, you could just cut the ears off, but I quite like the little kitten ears that go with this. So this is a Tilly and the Buttons pattern. This is from her Make It Simple book, that is this one here, and it comes with the little pajamas that she's got in here because it kind of correlates that you could make them as a set, and it's brilliant. It's just a little pattern that's there, and I do recommend it because you can sew this up in about 10 minutes. Now you can see here that I've made 2. All I've got to do is press them and then do the top stitching. I've now turned them the right way out. I've got my little points out, and I just need to top stitch them, and I've done them with a little bit of fleece that I had left over in my stash, along with a bit of cotton lawn that I got from my swaps table at the social, and I just thought, because it feels lovely and soft, the girls could have this either which way they wanted to when they go to sleep at night. That's pattern number 1, or gift number 1. Gift at number 2 to go with this, as part of a wider sort of pamper set, is reusable face wipes, or reusable face cloths. Now these are quite popular. There's lots of vloggers that I've seen share these. There's a few different versions that you can do. There's lots of tutorials over on YouTube. I haven't made any of these yet to show you, but the ones that I really like, I like circular ones, and I'll pop a picture in here so you can see, and they are so quick and easy to make up. All you need is either like your toweling fabric, a fleece sort of fabric, and then sort of your cotton fabric as well. And then you literally, you place them the right sides facing upwards. So you'll have your cotton facing up and your toweling facing up, although it'll be facing down if you're sewing it like that. And then you have it in a circular shape or a square shape, whatever you prefer. And to sew them together, you are literally putting them through the overlocker. So you're overlocking around the edges or you're overlocking the squares, and voila, you are done. It is that simple. And I think that this is a great little gift to give if you make sort of 6 of them up, wrap them up in a bit of ribbon. They're really, really nice as a lovely sort of reusable gift. And my girls, when I made them some a couple of years ago, absolutely loved them. So that is gift number 2. And to follow on with gift number 3, gift number 3 that would go with gift number 1 and gift number 2 is a little wash bag or pouch. Again, there are a number of tutorials online and I will link one down below so you can go over and check it out, and it gives you all of the dimensions that you need to create the pattern yourself. You just need a piece of lining fabric, outer fabric and zip, and you can make this whatever size you want. So if depending on what you're using, you could be using up some scraps that you've got in your fabric, but this would be great if you were going to make the other 2 gifts that I've talked about. You could place them in there so it's like one little set that you are giving, which I think is really lovely. Or you could pop it full of goodies, sweets. You could pop it full of more pamper kit bits. So you could have like little toiletry shape, airplane shaped size toiletries that you could fill it up with. So I think it's quite a nice, that just adds that handmade element to other gifts as well. So they're 3 gifts that I think could be given as one, but they're 3 separate things. And then I thought about something that I know for me would make a real difference, but also like for my girls in the winter. My stepmother who really badly suffers with Raynaud's with her hands, and that is like a little heat hand warmer. Or you could use it as a little stomach warmer, like a hot water bottle, or you could use it for your shoulders and your back, because you can change the dimensions of how you're making this. So essentially this is a piece of fabric for the hand warmers that you make into a square. You would decide on what size that you need, and then you would fill that with rice and maybe some lavender essence or something like that, just to make it smell that little bit nicer. And you've got something that if you've sewn it up in cotton thread, you can pop in the microwave, warm it up, and it acts like a little heater inside. So in the middle of winter for your children, you can warm them up before they leave to go to school, and they can pop their hands in their pockets and it can keep them nice and warm. But if my children, my girls, I know when they get to that time of the month, they like to use something to keep them warm in school sometimes, and in school they can't take a hot water bottle in. So equally this could go in the microwave, be warmed up, and they can use it in a school setting, and it helps alleviate some of the pain and discomfort that they're experiencing. Now for me, I have fibromyalgia, and I find that heat really does help to ease some of the pain that I particularly get in my back and shoulders. So you could make a nice long one that could drape over somebody's shoulders when they're sitting, when they're working. It's just acting as a nice sort of heat source, and they're just so straightforward to make because you use rice to be able to do it. And I went and picked up a bag of rice from Lidl the other day for 52 pence, and it's a really big bag of rice, and it was just their like economy rice type thing, that I know I'll be able to get quite a few little hand warmers out of there for Christmas. And again, you could add this into the previous things that I've spoken about. So you could have your pouch, you could have your eye masks, you could have your face wipes, and you could have these 2 little heat warmers in there. And if you've popped that little essence of something that smells nice, I say lavender because it's quite a relaxing and soothing scent, but there are lots of different scents that have lots of different, your body has lots of different responses to. So depending on what you're using it for, you could research what those oils are that you're using. But you could pop it in this bag, and that bag will smell lovely when somebody opens it up. So again, it's another way of mixing it in. Now, the fifth thing I want to talk about has absolutely nothing to do with them and probably would take a little bit longer to create and make. But I have some friends at work that have small children, and I don't have the luxuries of making things up for small children anymore because mine are teenagers. And whilst they will get, and I'm not going to talk about them in this particular vlog as being gift ideas, but they'll get pajamas and things like that, things that are all out there and that you would have seen on the vlogging tour. But I think for small children, to make them up a little Christmassy jumper or a little jumper out of something that you've perhaps got in your stash that you've acquired that you're not going to wear, that you've maybe bought from somewhere, got it off a swaps table at a sewing social. I know that I've got some fabric here that I'm going to share with you that I picked up from a car boot because it was like £1.50 and there were loads of this fabric. All of these sort of things can work as like a little Christmas jumper. So I treated myself because I have most of Tilly's books and patterns. I couldn't help but get her mini makes book. And in here is a jumper pattern, which is the Billie jumper that they've done in a small version. So the Billie jumper is an adult size jumper, but they've also got a small version in here. So I'm just trying to find the picture for you to show you. There's lots of different patterns in here. This book would be great for Christmas ideas for small children because I think actually the Billie jumper that I'm about to show you would also go really well with the Ripley leggings that are in here. But this is essentially the Billie jumper. Now it does give you options to create, if you've got smaller children, to create these sort of extra designs on there as extra options. But then you also have this very simple, straightforward Billie jumper that is you've got your front bodice, your back bodice, your arms, and then you've just got a bit of ribbon. Now I'm a fan of this as a grown-up, so I imagine this would be amazing for small children. And in the spirit of Christmas, you could even make a Christmas jumper. So I would like to give, that's not for Christmas, 2 of these to my colleagues at work for their small children. And I have some of this gorgeous French terry that I think would be amazing to make the Billie up in. And I think I'm going to use a white or red contrasting ribbon. Probably the white because they've both got girls and this could be boyish. I think it's fairly unisex, but it could be boyish if I didn't. And then I've also got this French terry fabric here that I picked up from a car boot that has jellyfish all over it. I mean, how fun. I've washed this, sorry, that's why it's so creased, but how fantastic would this be? And maybe pick out the purple in there and have as the ribbing on the neck. And then I think I will make some Ripley leggings to go with this. So that's just like a nice little Christmas gift there for small people. And I am a garment sewer predominantly. I prefer making garments over anything else. So I feel like in my plans, I have to have some garment sewing there. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog. Very short and sweet, but a few ideas there for Christmas that hopefully gives you some incentive to go off and make up some gifts for those loved ones, especially if you're like me and you're just looking for something quick to sew. So thank you for taking the time to watch today. Don't forget to click that like button and hit that subscribe button if you don't already subscribe to me and you want to see more. Take care, guys. Have a great week. Bye.